But hey, don't forget to like this video, and maybe don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because this is gonna help me a lot, like keeping bringing these sort of goodies to you guys. This is a fantastic one. I need to thank my buddy Brandon to lending me this beauty here to share my impressions with you. And let's go ahead, starting with this length, because this guy is gonna be 8 inches in length overall, or like 20 centimeters overall in length, and 3.25 inch long cutting edge, which corresponds to 8.2 centimeters, or you got 11.2 centimeters long handle, like equal to 4.5 inches. Let's just quickly see how this guy is comparing to some popular options. Like, for example, you've got Ontario Rat number 1, big boy, of course, but look at Ontario Rat number 2. Yeah, it gives it puts things in perspective. You see that this guy is right in between these two options. Here you have a Benchmade bug out, which maybe you are more familiar with, or sorry, that's the bug out, and this is the mini bug out. Both smaller than the Custom Knife Factory. Another big one we've got here, it's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and as you can notice, it's there's a shorter, yeah, it's a little bit shorter cutting edge but longer handle. Another option from Spyderco, that's the Para 3, and you can see with your eyes where this guy stands, just right in between these two offerings, so that's always a good thing. Next up we've got Chris Reeve knives, that's the large Sebenza 21, and this is your, next up is your Chris Reeve knives, small Sebenza 21, and look at that. I mean, the Sebenza has a pretty good handle to blade ratio compared to this, because you see it's like this is 3.6 inch long blade, a little bit longer handle, and boom, you have a very cool and popular package. Another option right over here, another big boy from Custom Knife Factory, that's the Snafu 2.0 designed by Peter Assenti. And let me show you also this guy over here, Hinder Knives XM18, that's a 3.5 inch version. And let me just show you last two guys, because lately, yeah, I'm kind of in love with this one, which is the Shirogorov Custom Division F3NS, and the little brother Shirogorov Custom Division Neon NL, just two spectacular knives, and you can see where they stand right next to the Evolution 2.0 knife made by Custom Knife Factory. They're based out of Russia. This guy is not like properly cheap, because it's gonna be $650 if you can catch the drop, which is sold out as of May 2021. And yeah, this guy is gonna cost you a little bit more on the secondary market, because it's really sought after. So designed by John Sorensen. This is Rotten Design. You have a very, very cool knife for several reasons. This is a titanium frame lock. The overall look when deployed is just unique. You've got these grooves, like very, very deep, full belly, like straight line. Look at this edge over here, handle that it's widening up towards the end. It looks strange maybe at first sight, but there's a reason why this knife has been designed like that. You've got shredded carbon fiber scales, and this guy comes in a variety of finishes and material. This is just one option you can choose, and it's very, very nicely done. The scale, they have kind of like a matte finish to it. They're chamfered all the way around, but most importantly, they are skeletonized on the inside, so that's gonna reduce further the overall weight of this bad boy. You've got some 3D milling going on. This is like it's not like just flat. There's some radius, very gentle radius here, so which gives like a 3D-ness to the overall scales, which is pretty good. You've got a titanium backspacer, like it's going halfway through, gets up to this point to protect the tip of the blade, which is absolutely dead center, so that's very, very nice. When the knife is closed, you've got this, it's pretty tall, it's pretty wide, but it's kind of slender, it's kind of slim, so that it's compensating for the tallness of this bad boy, because come on, look at this blade, it's just, yeah, it's pretty tall. There is no lanyard hole option whatsoever going on in this guy, but it's okay. I mean, I personally don't really care that much about lanyard holes, so I'm not bothered too much by this. You've got T8 Torx bit screws, which are recessed, not protruding, like the pivot right over here, which is using a T15, which I love. It's fantastic options. Showing hardware for the pivot, for the pocket clip right over here, which is tip-up carry only. You can't just mount it on the other side, and you cannot do tip-down carry, so it's just gonna be like that, with this much, pretty much sticking out from your pocket when you're carrying it, so not too bad. Pretty easy to disassemble. You got just these screws here, pop the pivot, and you're pretty much done, so nothing crazy going on over here. Of course, you've got the stainless steel lock face insert, which is screwed in from the outside. And you can see right over here that this guy has an over-travel stop bar integrated in the design, which is always a fantastic thing. So you cannot overextend this lock bar. Very, very cool. You've got an external lock bar relief, you see. It's right over here, but it's nicely recessed. It's not getting in contact with the ramp of the clip. Maybe you can see better like that. So it's not going to be snagging any fabric when you're trying to put this guy in or out of your pocket. So that's a very, very cool design, of course. You've got I think that's a stainless steel. I'm not sure if it's a ceramic detent ball. Looks like stainless steel, but anyways, you have no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna feel a little bit of a hard step, but it doesn't matter, because as soon as the knife overcomes the tang of the blade, this is transforming into like a serious guillotine because of the weight of the blade. It's just like that. It's gonna chop your fingers if you're not careful. Then you've got, yeah, I mean, really, really cool grinding lines here in the back. You've got some jimping in the back space right over here, which is matching. It's like a continuation of the jimping on the blade. But if you notice, it's a little bit, the blade right over here, it's a little bit protruding. So I don't know why. Usually, you know, it's like flush, like the same height of the handle, just a continuation of that. But in this case, it's a little bit higher up. It's continuing, it's matching, but sorry, it's a little bit up. And then you've got this hole here, because it's very nice. That's the stop pin when the knife is closed. Because in the open position, you've got just to stand like these thumb studs. You can use them, but they also are acting as stop pin and hitting this side over here, as you can see, pretty much like the snafu. It's the same thing, but in the snafu, the stop pin, the closing stop pin is also made like that function by the thumb stud, not in this case. So in the closed position, you have a shoulder, the pin, which is gonna do the stop pin, and there's no screws for that, so that's pretty cool. But there's a hole, so you can see the jimping is going on only on that side, and a little bit here on the lock bar, where you want to disengage the lock bar. You got some jimping, and you also got some nice milling right over here, which is pretty cool, I have to say. And then you've come to this blade. I mean, come on, guys. This is something crazy. It's the jimping right over here is aggressive, yeah, because it's deep, you see, but it's not like sharp. For example, like also like this guy, you see, like the space between the two, you see, right over here, it's shorter than this. So here you have more flats, and here you have kind of like shorter teeth. So this is gonna have a little bit more bite, but it's more aggressive. So this one is absolutely functional. It's not gonna go anywhere your thumb, but it's less sharp. So I probably prefer this guy. And then you've got a very, very nice wedge getting up to this point, and then you've got this area here which has there's no chamfering, there's no crowning, nothing, just goes down to the tip of the blade and then express itself with a full belly, getting to this sharpening and finger choil right over here, intersecting the plunge grind halfway through the sharpening choil or finger choil, but that's actually a finger choil, and then which goes up and boom, gets up to this point, in which you can see how symmetrical is this kind of grind. You've got a hollow grind. This is just beautiful, guys. Really, really cool, which you can see, where you can see the grinding lines of the belt. And here you can appreciate actually the flats with a different orientation of the grinding lines and a different finish. This is kind of like a stone washed finish, a little bit dark, and then you have just the raw metal, like with the belt lines on the swedge, sorry, on the primary bevel, but not on the spine, which is matching the flats. That's a very, very cool kind of finish. And also, like, if you see, the thumb studs are matching the pivot and not the flats of the blade, which gives another extra level of contrast. That's fantastic. M390 steel blade. This is number 250. I believe there's 400 of these made. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Let me know in the comments. I think it's 300 or 400, but I think 400. I'm not really sure. This guy comes like the handle can be titanium. You can find some zirc, some carbon fiber, like in this case, Damascus clip, or even zircuti. So you have a variety of finishes of material to choose from, but you're gonna always get this pretty clean and sterile looking blade. The logo, you can find it's here and nothing else going on around. So very, very cool. What is also cool, guys, is this clock. Really, really, really nice. I mean, nice thing, but the opening sound, it's a clock. Like, I mean, it means we are in business. Like, you know, with this sound, you're in business. And I mean, guys, it's beautiful. It's not too loud, but not too muffled. Very listenable. Has a nice, really acoustic characteristic to my ear. At least I really enjoy. Oof, this deployment is fantastic. I mean, I like also the closing sound, but guys, the clock. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Really, really cool. And let's just quickly check the weight on this guy, because this has some internal skeletonization going on both scales, so the weight is not going to be too bad. Let's do like that. It's going to be, look, 4.31 ounces. So yeah, it's pretty good. And also, let's just quickly check the stock thickness of this blade, because it's not like super thin. Of course, it's like 0.1785, but the thinness behind the edge is like incredible. Look at that, 0.014 inches. It's you can see from this side, guys, that is a slicer. The stock is thick, but like you feel it here. That's very, very thin behind the edge. Really, really cool indeed. What is also absolutely amazing is the grip. There's 0 hot spots. You can hold it like that, or you can do a more advanced grip, and look at that. You can even like put your thumb like almost up to the end of the blade, and that's gonna wrap around your handle in a beautiful way. I mean, look at this, super safe grip. You're not touching the heel of the blade, even if there's no chamfering. Of course, in this area you've got chamfering around here, so that's going to be comfortable and feels absolutely strong and balanced and solid and reliably in your hand. It's not gonna go anywhere. Like, these two grooves are fantastic. The feel of this knife is just super solid. It's not slippery, even if there's some texturing going on over here, so it's gonna increase the grippiness. This side is a little bit smoother with a nice and smooth matte finish, but still, you don't have any chance of this guy moving because of the jimping, because of the conformation of the handle. It's just gonna stay in your hand. And also it's really well made, like no gaps, no misalignment, everything checks out, everything is flush. You check it out all around. I mean, it's pretty much flawless. The fit and finish, outstanding. There's no blade play. This guy's pretty solid. There's no finger soreness because if you use the hole, it's just chamfered and boom, it just goes. You can even do like a spidey flick all day long. You can use, of course, like two hands. I'm not sure about, you can also do like front flip. Look at that, like this. Just take advantage of the jimping and just front flip it like a boss. I mean, it's just crazy. Really, really cool action right over here. The clip also is very pleasant. The stiffness, the spring tension of the clip is just nicely dialed in. D10 system also dialed in. You've got a bearing system running around this pivot to create this very fast deployment, guys. Like, this is fast for a thumb stud opening method. Really, really cool. And then there's no thumb ramp, Ditton ball ramp, as you can see, but who cares? Look at that. I mean, it goes just overcome the point of the tang and then boom. That's like a guillotine. So as soon as you disengage the lock bar, look at that. This part wants to hit your fingernail like this. So you have maybe to be at an angle and have it gently, and then you can put it in the vertical position. So, or you can still do like this, but you know, it's gonna be, you see, you can still do that, but you need to be really, really timing the closing of the blade, because this is gonna bite you. So just keep that in mind. The blade is heavy. The action is just fantastic. It's a beast of a knife. I mean, looks menacing, really, really crazy, comfortable grip. The sound, the opening sound is just outstanding. But I mean, I really like this one. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.